to the Penniless Podcast. Tuba, 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 tuba. Welcome to the Penniless Podcast. Tuba, 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 tuba.
Welcome to the Penniless Podcast. I'm Penny and this is Liz.
Lady Liz.
Lady Liz,
Lady
sorry.
Liz.
Yeah, I'm surprised you actually said anything at all then because I didn't address you correctly.
Yeah, I know.
You just had to correct me.
I need to introduce myself to everyone. So that's fine. Now they know.
Now
Lady
you know.
Liz.
Lady Liz.
Yeah.
Well, we've got an exciting episode for this week. Are you excited?
For episode 8.
8. Oh, thank you.
You're
Glad
welcome.
to see that you're keeping up with numbers. And
I am.
It's not like a trend though, is it? Numbers isn't a trend. Or you can find trends in numbers. So I've learnt that through my data courses that I've been doing.
The trend that I find is every time we do an episode, the number goes up.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's an interesting trend.
That's wild.
I've been monitoring it for quite some time now.
Yeah. Well, to be fair though, like I don't think this episode was going to go up if you catch my drift.
Yeah, this is true. But
so we're recording this a little later than usual because we missed it. We got a little bit sleepy on our Sunday and had a little bit of a nap.
Yeah, which, happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Prioritize sleep always.
Yeah, when you're sleepy, have a nap.
That's the words that I live by. I'm going to get that
Some people are like, no, splash some water on your face, go out in the sun, put your feet in sand,
put some peppermint oil under your nose. No.
Lay
if
on the
sleepy,
grass.
have a nap.
Have a nap. That's how it works. Your body's telling you something, right?
Is that what you're going to get tattooed on you?
Yeah. If you're sleepy, have a nap. That's going to be my quote. If you're sleepy, have a nap.
Brilliant.
Big bear having a nap with like a bunch of honey next to it. Oh, we figured it out. I'm loving it. Great.
We've already been so productive.
Wow. I didn't know we were going to talk about this.
No, this was not on the plan. We just went through the plan. That wasn't on the plan.
We went on a tangent.
We did. What is on the plan, though?
Yes.
So
what is that plan? I'm like, yeah, please tell me. I don't want to talk about it. No, okay. So there are a few things today. So updates that we got some comments from people on YouTube, on Instagram about our previous episodes.
Great.
Some updates about travel, souvenirs, book of jokes, and doomsday prepping with Dad. My dad is going to come on to the podcast. We're not going to put him through all the updates and stuff like that. We're just going to put you guys through all the updates because you love it.
Yeah, this is most people's favourite segment.
He would probably be not happy with sitting through that.
I am actually really keen to get him on here.
I'm excited too.
But I am surprised that this zombie survival thing has really become a key part of this season. I didn't know this was going to be our theme.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It's getting deep, isn't it?
It is.
We're getting real deep in it.
And the further we get, the more things we find we want to talk about. But anyway, we'll get to that when we chat to him. But
we will, and it'll be glorious. So that'll be a little bit later. As I said, updates.
Yeah.
And then we'll go through some other things. We've got some funny stories in the updates as well, so we'll go through that.
Great. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Updates.
That was it. Updates. That's it.
No, that's
I can't believe you did it. Stop. That's the end. That's the end. When I sing, that signals the end.
Okay.
It doesn't signal that you keep going.
Great. Okay.
Otherwise, I'm going to have to put a time limit on this because
time limit.
Yeah.
Don't put me in a box.
Yeah.
You know how much I hate boxes. Okay. So before we get into anything here, I did want to say. So a few people are asking, what are all these updates about? Where are you getting all this stuff? It is from Instagram and from YouTube comments.
Yes.
Or from people that talk to us in person or on Discord or Twitch. So that's generally where you'll find that. So if you'd like to join in on the conversation, follow on Instagram because we do ask questions and do polls and stuff like that on there.
That's predominantly how we're throwing out the net.
Yes.
And we just dragging it in of all of your thoughts. And then this is where we're sorting through our fish.
And sometimes we find sea monsters in there and we're like, whoa, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Sea monsters.
And sometimes we find pearls.
Pearls, yeah. Pearls are The good stuff, I guess.
Well, it's a good segue because I have a pearl today.
Did you just burp?
I might have. I actually have a lot of sinus problems going on right now. So
everyone just deal with that.
Just deal with burping.
Everything's going to be fine. A quick correction from last week as well. YouTube, I said we hit 10,000 views.
Yes.
Technically, that would be correct. We have hit 10,000 views, but
technically,
we're actually at 25,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah, 25,000.
I think you knew the whole time.
I don't know how to read analytics correctly, and that is the thing that I'm trying to get into as a job. So
I can't believe you said that out there into the universe.
That's on the internet. I'll put this section of the podcast on my job interview. What is it called?
Your resume.
Yeah.
I think you actually knew, and you just wanted us because we missed the 10,000 milestone. You wanted us to celebrate that
and celebrate this. You know me very well.
So thank you for allowing us to celebrate both.
Well,
I can't believe you ruined my brilliant segue though.
What's
my
segue
was about the pearls that we found in the ocean where we dragged in nets.
And monsters, sea monsters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to
Do you reckon they have ever pulled in like a huge sea monster?
Yes.
And been like, whoa, what's that?
And you don't hear about it because the sea monster eats them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what happens to the ghost ships that are out there, isn't it?
That's exactly
How many ghost ships have there been, do you reckon, that they've found? Are we going on too many tangents?
This is not an update.
Oh, okay.
This could just be your random thoughts, and this is in its own segment.
Yeah.
And we can just...
How many random thoughts do you reckon people have in a day?
Stop.
All right. Let's go. What do we got?
Okay, so this is a follow-on from a prior episode. I'd like to let you know, start with a great quote, which is, with great power comes great responsibility. So I want you to think about that as we go through.
Is this the power we're talking about?
I'm glad that you're familiar with the power that you have.
I'm very powerful.
Now, in episode 5, you were gifted the gavel from
I was.
Nick.
Yes.
We let you just free reign. You were just gaveling away.
Why do they call it free reign?
I don't know.
Like rain is free. So it's like all rain is free, isn't it?
No, free reign I think has got to do with a horse.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, let's come back to that next time.
It's not R-A-I-N.
No. In episode 6, the gavel didn't get a lot of use. Did get use at the end, but not a lot of use.
Yeah.
Episode 7.
I'm getting used to it.
Last episode.
Yep.
You went crazy.
Oh, yes.
Right. So you made wide sweeping declarations. Despite having a discussion, you said the words, "It's decided," good negotiation, and just went with whatever you thought was best.
Yeah.
And hit your gavel.
That's what judges
you said,
do, isn't it?
I have a gavel, it's decided.
I have a gavel. That's right.
Now, secondly, in that segment, or in the end of the episode, you said, well, you didn't get to decide because you don't have a gavel. Now...
Oh, no. There can't be 2 judges.
No.
With 2 gavels.
There isn't. You also mentioned about having a judge on the podcast, which I laughed at and was like, that's never going to happen. So here, Nick has helped us out again.
Oh,
so
no.
He has sent in a package.
Nick, what have you done?
For you. I've just cut the top off so you can open it up. So I'm going to pass it over to you. Can you just pop that one out and let's have a look what we've got there.
It is a book.
What's it a book of? Can you
Dictionary of legal terms.
Great. So the first thing is you probably want to start using maybe have a look at majority rules and things like that. Then I think once he ordered that one, and sorry, I'm talking on Nick's behalf because he didn't necessarily say this, he then sent a second package. So he said this one is probably the one that you actually need. If you can just open that one there.
Okay, so this was a book, Dictionary
of Legal Terms. Yep.
And I opened it up and it says, caveat emptor, which is Latin for let the buyer beware. This phrase expresses the rule of law that the purchaser buys at his or her own risk. So I think that's valid in this point, isn't it?
Yes, I guess so.
So what's this one? Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's That's
There we go.
probably relevant for me.
Law for Dummies.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
That's going to be your next book that you'll need to read. So happy for you to continue using the gavel whilst you're undertaking your study, but think you need to look a little bit more into it.
I just opened it up and it says understanding divorce process.
Well,
Wow.
I just remember these aren't gifts from me.
Calling it quits. That's
Nick
what it says.
thought that these would be really beneficial for you.
Yeah.
So thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
To give him some guidance.
I'm now going to be the best lawyer, judge person in the room.
And it's all because of you.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
thank you, Nick.
All right. Well, I'll get started straight away. It's been decided. All right, what do we got now?
I just need to quick note. We asked a question with the Necromi and we talked about a moat and said, does a moat have to have water? Just following up from that.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Moat has to have water.
Moat does not have to have water. Moat is a deep, broad ditch, either dry or filled with water, dug and surrounds a castle, building
Chromie
or
is
town.
so smart sometimes.
He is so smart.
He knows things.
He does know. So, yeah, doesn't
See, I
have
was
to have
going to
water.
sail my boat through a moat.
Yeah, you could if it has water. I then thought, well, how big does a moat need to be? Because about the zombie
Yep,
thing.
okay.
Normally between 5 and 40 feet deep. I don't know what feet is, so still don't know. If anyone knows anything about moats,
Feet are on the
let us
bottom
know.
of your legs, Liz.
So if you stacked up 30 feet,
Yeah.
then that it doesn't seem deep enough.
No, so you'd have to put it like this. Which is
Stack them.
hard. So you'd probably have to strap them to like one of those meter rulers or something.
Or like
And
a
then-
star picket,
Yeah, and you'd probably have to dig it into the ground a bit, but then put the feet on there.
and then you would know when you
I
got
know.
to 30 feet.
That's a lot of people to mess up their legs.
Take their feet.
Maybe we need to put them attached to the feet, like, and then yeah.
stack
So we
them
need
up.
to make like bunk beds,
30
Bunk beds.
30
really small ones, so they
you
can
just
actually
slide in
slide
and then just their feet.
And I feel like
So-
it'll have to go like
It'll ha-
left to right
Yeah,
as well, like as in
because
like a big.
people
'cause
are bigger than their feet.
Generally, that's why people can't see their feet. Sometimes they say that. Oh, I can't see my feet. Oh,
Okay, this is now a really big project. Maybe someone could just tell us what 40 feet is.
that's fair as well.
That was just a quick update about moats.
Okay.
Thought I'd close that loop.
Yeah, cool. So we got a few comments this week. First of all, about our costumes. Some said they were absolutely glorious. Some said they were ridiculously scary. So this is Chase on YouTube. When the camera shifts to the other thing, I went to like hiding my eyes.
Are you the other thing?
I'm obviously the other thing.
I'm going to say,
obviously the other
he
thing.
better not be talking about me.
No, Chase
He's
is
like-
talking about me.
He's like the man and then the other thing. They're wearing the hat.
Yeah, when the camera
Wow.
shifts to the other thing. Yeah, it's
Thought you were
definitely
scary.
me. Yeah,
Okay,
definitely
great.
thought I
Well,
was scary.
That's good. You wanted to be scary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
okay.
did have some comments saying that you looked very cute.
Thanks,
And
guys.
Tabitha as well. So that's very good. Thank you
Okay.
for those comments. I appreciate it.
Great. We also had some suggestions around the conversation we're having around souvenirs.
Oh, souvenirs.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got something to add to this as well.
Well, Kelly actually had a really great idea.
Yes.
So she commented on Instagram and said, rather than continuing, because we have such a big collection of tea towels, why don't we start a different collection? And she suggested stubby coolers.
Stubby coolers.
Now,
Wow.
stubby coolers, also known as drink koozies,
Koozies. Koozies.
Anyway, something like that.
I think
in
they call them
America.
koozie in America.
I don't know, because when I had to try and ask for one
Yes, I
at
remember.
Blink, and I was like, I want the stubby cooler.
People aren't going to understand what Blink is. But
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
We went to a
saw-
Blink 182 concert and
In Brooklyn?
In Brooklyn, while we were there, happy coincidence. Blink 182 were playing.
It was amazing.
When we were there, went there. They had a Blink 182 koozie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
koozie.
sure it was a koozie.
Yeah.
We were like, can we get the
Stubby
stubby
cooler.
cooler?
And
The
he was
stubby
like
cooler? What's the
pointing
stubby
to
cooler?
like a shirt, and I was like, no,
No, stubby cooler.
the cooler, like
And he's
the
like, He's trying to find an esky or something. He's like, I don't know, an esky.
Not that he knew what an esky. I don't
Yeah.
think they call them eskies either. I think
No,
that's Australian.
but whatever.
Yeah.
That's what happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I think we should do. I think
I think it's a great idea. I think it's absolutely amazing. We should do both.
No, we're not doing both.
We've already sent the question out to the universe, and I just thought I'd let you know that we've got our answer back.
What did the universe say?
The universe. So I sent it out on Instagram and on YouTube. YouTube, there was a comment saying, great idea. And then on Instagram, we actually put the poll up. Mm-hmm. Should we get one in every city?
Yes.
And
which I said no to.
You said no to.
What do you want to search for?
Nothing. That's fine. Thanks, Siri. So every city.
Yes.
Votes came in.
Yes.
There was like 450 people that were in it, that watched it, and 69% of them said yes.
Oh, guys.
So good.
You've let me down.
I'm so excited by this.
So my options are get a whole bunch of tea towels and stubby coolers.
Yes.
Or no stubby coolers and just all the tea towels.
I reckon stubby coolers are a great idea. Let's get both. Why not both?
We also had the question of what's a tea towel? Yeah, so it's like a what do we call it? A dish?
Hive Mind.
A dish?
Hive Mind asked us on...
I don't know what a tea towel is.
I don't know what a tea towel is. And it's dishcloth.
Dishcloth.
Yeah.
Which
Dishcloth.
we call dishcloth something else.
What's a dishcloth?
A dishcloth is the thing that goes in the water, whereas a tea towel is the thing that you dry the dishes.
Oh, okay.
But I think they call them they use sponges.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sponges instead of dishcloths.
Correct. And then dishcloths are tea towels.
They don't have dishcloths over there.
I don't know.
That seems weird.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like there needs to be a step between sponge and tea towel, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Too many tangents.
Too many tangents.
We've had enough for
You're
today.
very scattered today.
Okay.
Cool. So that's an update.
Cool. We got a thumbs up and a smiley face from God of Thunder saying, nice podcast. So that was cool.
Why, thank you.
Yep. Soda Man says, we definitely need to get a tea towel in every city. Then you can make a quilt out of them.
That's actually not the worst idea.
Yeah, we won't make a quilt, but I think it's a good idea. We could
I could get them sewn
we could
into
get
a
doubles.
blanket. No, we don't need
We
doubles.
could get doubles so we could make...
I could get them sewn into a blanket. That's actually not a bad idea. Okay. Soda Man, you are actually onto something. I don't mind that at all.
Soda Man also said you do need a Star Wars tattoo. So,
Yeah, you do.
yeah. So
Well,
Soda
that
Man is
and
on board
the-
with the Star Wars.
If you're tired, take a nap.
Oh, yeah.
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 Take a nap,
Yeah.
definitely.
That and a Star Wars one.
Exactly. On the actually coming back to the costumes and stuff. I don't know if everyone noticed, but the straw was there at the start of the podcast, and maybe wasn't there at the end of the podcast.
No one noticed.
I think a few people noticed.
I don't think they noticed.
I think everyone noticed.
I think you noticed. The straw was extremely itchy.
Yeah.
And if you do go back and have a look, it starts to disappear between segments, and I start to remove it because even now, just thinking of it, it was extremely
Yeah, there was a
uncomfortable.
few comments that said she went from scarecrow to, I don't know.
There was not any comments.
Yeah,
that was you.
I'm reading it from my telephone right
So,
here.
did any of the comments
Telephone.
talk about the fact that I was a scarecrow and you were the crow?
No, that's pretty crazy, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
So
that was actually a coincidence.
Yeah, that you were the crow.
Yeah, and you didn't scare me away.
No.
Yeah, but I wasn't eating your crops. This is going down. All right, let's change the subject. Right. One other comment was about the honey situation.
Doesn't expire?
It doesn't expire. That's
Yes.
correct. Yes. So Sean Rabideau is wondering if a fully covered chicken, like a chicken that's fully submerged in honey,
yeah.
do you reckon you'd be able to eat it 1 week later?
That's like a really big no. I don't think it preserves, just it itself doesn't expire.
Yeah, I don't
it
know.
doesn't have a preserving. No, there is no way.
I think that's how they make honey chicken at
Oh,
Chinese.
Oh my! It is not. It is not. Please,
Please don't do that?
Please do not do that. Please
Okay.
do not do that. You will get very sick.
I'll try my best not to do that.
Oh,
Great. Wonderful news. All right.
yes.
What else we got?
I just wanted to take the time to
We'll take it.
point out my badge.
Oh, yes.
So
We did go over this last year, didn't we? In the
we did.
podcast, I think.
We did mention it. Don't need to
so-
mention it again. I just thought I would say, just note that it's commenced.
Yeah, so
So-
Liz likes to celebrate Christmas from the 1st of November.
Correct.
What is everyone's thoughts on celebrating Christmas from the 1st of November?
We actually don't need your thoughts. I just thought I'd let everyone know. If you are
It's a very nice pin, yes.
if you are someone who likes to celebrate Christmas that early, I am with you. I had to wear the pin because normally I'd be wearing Christmas earrings, but I can't. So already got my Christmas playlist being curated daily, just refining it. And I hope that everyone else is having a wonderful time of year as well.
Have you had any comments?
Yes, everyone is extremely supportive. I have a Christmas Teams background on at work. Everyone loves it. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of naysayers, but, you know,
And what do they say?
they say,
Nay.
it's way too early to be celebrating Christmas.
Okay.
And I say,
Nay.
nay. Cool. So I hope you're all getting your Christmas trees up nice and early. And then the final thing, I've just got a small part of.
I would make rules about this, guys, but it's just...
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's
The fact
it's
that
out of
it's-
control.
The fact it's the 1st of November is the only rule I stick to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. Right.
Although I wore a Christmas shirt all year round. But that doesn't matter. I just have a little bit of bad news.
What's that?
Just to end on of our update section. Well, there was the catch up around what I was doing with my hair. And I was using my
So
hair
is this
product.
Inspector Power?
No, I don't think so.
Inspector Powell was coming up with the sham. Found out that there was a shampoo. Was that the one?
Might be.
Inspector Powell, the Crimmy Destroyer. Gonna destroy all the crimmies out there.
Crimmies.
Okay. So this is about your shampoo.
Yeah, been using it.
Yes.
It's great.
So what was the story behind it, Liz?
It gave you endless possibilities.
Yeah, that's what the branding said. When
Yes.
you open the box, it said endless possibilities.
And I'd like to say I really enjoy it. It asked me to rate it. I think it's great. So,
It asked you to rate it?
yep.
What did you write?
I can't wait for all of the things it's going to bring my way due to the endless possibilities.
Hold on.
Yes, yeah.
So one of the things you wanted
Yes,
from it,
yes.
one of the possibilities that you're wanting from it
Yes.
was $100 million. There
That
was a
was-
$100 million lotto and it
Yes.
didn't go off, and then 160 the next week.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get it?
Did I win that particular lotto draw? No. But that was only one of the endless possibilities I will have in my lifetime to win $100 million.
Oh, okay. So you've got a full lifetime of use of
Yeah,
this
it didn't-
shampoo.
it didn't
This
have-
sounds like an advertising scam.
It didn't have an end date, so it still stands. I stand by the.
I wish I
endless
rated that.
possibilities.
I wish I
So-
rated that. I would have rated it a 6. A 6 out of 10. Lovely shampoo, lovely flavors and colors.
Don't
drink
drink
it.
it.
A
No,
lovely
no.
smell,
Scent, yep.
And it really worked well with my hair. Have not won $100 million yet. And you said I'd get endless possibilities, which is not the case.
Brilliant.
And they would have come back and said, well, you've got a lifetime to get that. So
Correct.
continue using the product.
and maybe,
Shampoo.
and that's all my updates.
Yeah, great. Okay, so one last thing, Inspector Pow has been
So he's been busy.
out and about. Yeah, out and about.
Wow, at McDonald's.
And he's heard about a certain product.
Okay,
A certain product.
aside from a shampoo.
Yeah, it's not a shampoo.
Okay.
That's already decided. It is a shampoo. Shampoo. Anyway, there's this tape that you get to tape your mouth closed.
Is this because I talk too much?
No. So when you sleep, apparently you put this tape over your mouth so you do not snore. This sounds like some scallywag business right here.
No, it's an actual thing.
No.
It's an actual thing. So some people naturally sleep with their mouth open. And so they actually tape their mouth shut because sleeping with your mouth open can cause more decay to your teeth. I don't know how they work, something to your saliva or something. I don't know. But so you actually just put some tape. There's a particular product. I'm sure you don't just use like sticky tape. But maybe masking tape would be better. But anyway, particular product, tape it shut, and then you sleep better.
I think this is not real. This can't be real. This doesn't sound like a real thing.
It's a really popular product.
Have you ever tried, like as a kid, did you ever try and tape your mouth shut?
Yes.
How successful was that?
Not very, because then I would just go, I have a bullet apart.
Yeah, so I just don't think so. Like, I think in the middle of the night, you'll just open your mouth and be like, nah. I think it's one of those products that people just buy and then they've used it once and say, yeah, it was fantastic. It didn't actually work.
I can't actually wait for people. When we put this up, people will come out and tell you how great it is.
Come out of the woodworks.
Yes. In defense of how amazing their life is.
Where did that saying come from?
Out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Is it like bugs come out of the woodwork?
Is it?
Maybe
Maybe
like
it's
termites?
rats. Is it another ship thing?
Oh, that makes more sense.
Ship coming out of wood works.
Rat coming out of woodworks.
Right.
In ship.
Yeah.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Great times.
Actual legitimate product. Sorry.
Didn't uncover
anything.
Guys, I have uncovered something. Make sure you leave comments to say how much you support this. All right. Thank you. That was all of the updates. Kapow. Little book of jokes, little book of jokes, little book of jokes, little
book of
jokes.
Remember last week we were like, we need to work on that.
No, we've got a song for Book of Jokes.
Where is it?
I forgot to play it. I just started singing.
Well, lucky for you, I did more preparation for this than I did last week,
so
and more preparation
than
you did for the song.
I love it. Great.
Came to me this week.
Came to you this week?
Yeah,
The song or the joke?
The joke.
Okay.
Not a song. I don't know a song.
Quick update with the actual book. The book is in production. I think it should be actually shipped by the time this actually comes out. So we should have it, hopefully, because I put it on Express. We should have it by the end of this week. So we should have it for the next podcast so we can show everyone the Book of Jokes. I'm excited about it.
I can't wait to actually have it in our hands.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of gold on it, so that's good.
A little bit of gold.
I kept telling everyone, I'm going to put a little bit of gold on there. It's going to be fancy. All right, cool. So what do we got?
Okay, my joke is, what do you call a sad strawberry?
A sad strawberry.
Yes.
All of yours are about fruit. Dowie was right. No, Crimey was right.
What do you call a sad strawberry?
Okay, what do you call a sad strawberry?
A blueberry.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it came to me this week, and I was just so excited. Yeah.
You just came up with that. Jeez, you're clever. All right, Perry sent one through. Do peas poop? No, it's do trees poop?
Yes.
No, of course they do. Yes, sorry. Yes, they do. How else would you get number 2 pencils? Number 2 pencils, like as in poos and number 2s. Yes.
Well
Very
done.
Good.
Well
Thank you,
done.
Perry. Love that
done.
one.
Impressed.
I actually did some research as well. Funniest joke in the world. So this was voted the funniest joke.
Is it my sad orange joke?
No, it wasn't. That would have been funny if we said that. No, it wasn't. Okay, so this is the funniest joke in the world. It has been voted the funniest joke in the world. I don't know the details behind who was voting.
Yeah,
It's
I was going to say who decided this.
Their whole family.
Yeah. Then they made a website. World's funniest joke.
World's funniest joke. A couple of New Jersey hunters are out in the woods when one of them falls to the ground. He doesn't seem to be breathing and his eyes were rolled back in his head. The other guy whips out his mobile phone and calls the emergency services. He gasps to the operator, "My friend is dead. What can I do?" The operator, in a soothing voice, says, "Just take it easy. I can help. First, let's make sure he's dead. There is silence. Then a shot is heard. The guy's voice comes back on the line. He says, okay, what now? Yeah, he shot him to make sure he was dead. That's the funny joke. What do you reckon?
Brilliant.
Absolutely glorious.
I don't know if it's the funniest joke I've ever heard.
Well,
but it is funny.
is. It's been voted. So
Sorry, where's
you
your
guys
joke?
let me know. That
Where's
was it. I brought it.
I thought we were making up our own jokes.
Yeah. I made it up.
And it coincidentally
It is
also
the funniest
it is
joke.
also brilliant.
Yeah, all my family voted for it. And that is the book of jokes. Woo! Doomsday survival, doomsday survival, doomsday survival, and zombies.
Okay, so I'm actually I've got a couple of updates on this one. I should have done this in the updates.
Yes,
but
okay, cool.
I did a bit of research on that zombie plan.
Okay.
So
this is
US
the one that Chromie was telling us about.
Yes.
The US zombie plan.
US zombie plan.
Yeah.
I was really intrigued and I needed to know more.
Okay.
And I thought it might be a good launching point for us.
All right.
So what I can tell you is the
For
plan
our book that we're writing about it.
about zombles.
Zombles. The new nickname for zombies. They're zombles.
Zombie
Makes it sound
wombles.
cute. Oh, yeah, zombles. Yeah. Just to soften things up. Like, I'm just going to shoot a zomble in the head.
Stop crying again.
I love when this happens. It's so good. Okay, so
focus.
Americans had a zomble plan. Got it. Wheezing. All right, we're good?
Can you stop, please?
Yeah, I'll stop. I'm stopping everyone just so everyone's aware.
Okay,
This is
okay.
me stopping. We're definitely not editing this out either. It's like you're high. All right, we're good?
Okay. So the zombie plan is called Conplan 8888.
Conplan.
Yeah. It's also commonly known as the Counter Zombie Intelligence Dominance Document. It was
You're crying.
I know. It came out, it's very upsetting. It came out
We're killing all the zombies. So sad.
A few moments later.
it came out in April 2011.
Okay.
Which is cool. So it's been around for a while. But the way it actually happened was it wasn't designed to be actually a real plan. It was actually done as a teaching exercise. So the Department of Defense wanted to challenge a group of people to think outside the box.
Okay.
And so what they did, instead of going like tsunami or, I don't know, pandemic, they went with zombies to try and get them to think of a situation they've never been in before and come up with a plan.
Like a fun activity.
Correct. But it actually made it into this entire document because they went through the entire process.
Okay.
So, it was initiated as a bit of a joke. But what they worked out, as Chromie was saying, is there's a bunch of different types of zombies. So they've categorized them.
Okay.
So pathogenic, radiation, evil magic.
Evil magic. It's not nice magic.
No.
They're not zombies.
Space zombies.
Space zombies?
Yeah, so if they came from outer space.
Oh, okay, like Venom.
Yeah.
Weaponized.
Weaponized.
He's not a zombie.
Weaponized.
He's a symbiote.
Symbiont induced.
Oh, okay, there we go.
And vegetarian.
A vegetarian
zombie. Yeah.
Is that a thing?
They reckon it's a thing. So
They're
then
just making this up. A vegetarian zombie. So is this like a zombie that's dead but alive, but just doesn't eat meat.
Correct. Survives on plant matter.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So
Doesn't eat trees.
they have 5 stages. So they
Yeah.
would look at observation, how they spread and which locations are most impacted, information gathering and trying to work out how they get information out to people about their plan. They would communicate with allies to make sure that they understood how the US was going and make sure that they still had people on side and didn't create any extra enemies.
Oh,
They would then launch military strikes to kill the zombies
yes. Okay.
and cover what that would look
So
like.
that's what Tabitha was saying about
Yep.
the walls and
Correct.
bombs. Yeah.
And then the 5th one, which you heard me laughing earlier today when I was rereading this, the 5th step is return to normal. So they've clearly never
Everything's
seen...
fine. Everything is fine.
They've clearly never seen The Walking Dead. But what they did talk about is how they would try and what steps they would take once the threat has passed in order to start returning services to normal. The 2 other tips they had was you should always have a kit prepared. This is laughable though. 1 gallon of water per day per person. How long am I needing to prepare this for?
Okay.
Don't know. Food, extra medication, hygiene supplies, clothing, first aid supplies and tools.
This is why everyone goes out and runs out and gets toilet paper.
Correct.
So it's hygiene supplies.
Hygiene supplies. And lastly, their biggest tip was make sure you always talk to the adults around you about making a plan for the future, which was what Chromie was saying
Make
about
sure you-
preemptively talking to people and getting a group of people.
And making a plan.
So really interesting stuff.
Love it.
Yep.
Very good. Okay, next up we got my dad. We're going to talk about what we can grow in the case of a zombie apocalypse.
I've got a bunch of questions for you.
All right, cool.
Hello.
Hello, Dad.
Hello.
How you going?
Yeah, good. I'm good.
That's good. You can hear us all right?
Yeah, what are the ground rules? I'm not allowed to call you James, right?
Nah, that's fine.
No, it's fine. Everyone's been calling me James anyway.
Yeah, it's
so
all good.
it's all good.
All right.
No ground
problem.
rules.
No ground rules.
All,
Yeah.
all the rules are out the door.
Yeah. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had some questions because we know that you are really good at growing crops. And
Growing things, yeah.
growing
Yes,
things.
great.
Okay, cool. So, what have you got?
So can I?
Oh, we've got first. What we do with our guests is we ask a question, just a random question here to get to know our guests. So, can we ask you a random question first?
Oh, yeah, you can ask a question.
Okay, great. So I've just pulled this one out of our box of questions, and it says, "If you were a flavour of ice cream, what would you be?"
If I was a flavour of ice cream,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
This is going well.
That's an interesting one, actually.
It's
Yeah.
not something you've thought about before?
I'd be mustard flavoured ice cream.
Oh, I should have guessed. It would be something like
Because
that.
you're keen as mustard or something like that?
Yeah, I just want to be different.
Just want to be different, a little bit unusual?
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, brilliant. So that one out of the way. What's actually brought this on is we've been talking about everyone's survival plan when it comes to the end of the world. What is, let's say it's from zombies, what would your zombie plan look like?
If it was the end of the world thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually thought that through. All I'm doing is I'm growing a few things in the garden, but not with any apocalyptic sort of mind.
What would be the first couple of things you did if you found out zombies were spreading in Australia? What would you do?
Probably you'd have to get yourself a clean water supply somehow or other. So
Yeah, that makes sense. First priority is water.
then you'd look at growing things which are easy to grow in this climate.
Okay.
Don't require too much of an effort.
So what would you grow? What would grow well in this climate? What would be an ideal place to start?
Well, I kind of like parsley.
Can people live off parsley, though? So let's say it's the end of the world, zombie apocalypse. Could you live off parsley?
Well, you'd obviously grow other things apart from parsley, but parsley is actually a very versatile vegetable.
Oh, really? Why? What's it do?
Well, you can, especially the flat-leaved parsley. I've got quite a lot of that. You can make a soup with it. And you can make, potato and parsley soup. You can mash it up and make a parsley and walnut pesto. Add a bit of garlic to it. The roots, you can treat parsley roots much the same as carrots. So you can boil them, make them into a soup.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
So
I didn't know
parsley
that.
roots are edible like carrots.
They taste very similar to carrots, actually.
Wow.
wow.
Actually, that makes sense because the top of the carrot looks a bit like parsley.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
At a pinch, you can actually substitute carrot greens for parsley.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, so parsley is a good idea. If you were
You
thinking,
said potatoes as well.
yeah, is potato something we would be able to just get in and grow?
Potatoes?
Yeah.
It depends on your climate. I mean, here, potatoes, around here, you got all sorts of wilts and fungi and things like that in the garden.
So you're in the tropics, aren't you? So that would be why. So if you were down like Brisbane way, would that work?
Oh, yeah. You could probably get more than one crop off one plant. You realise that you can graft tomato plants onto potatoes. So you can grow tomatoes and
Tomatoes on top,
one-
potatoes underneath.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, because one of my questions was what's going to be best for small size areas, and I think doing that, so being able to have plants on top and underneath the ground is going to make the best use of the
Wow.
space.
Yeah. The other thing you can do is you can use plants which are naturally good at keeping pests away, such as marigolds. Well, parsley is another one because basically parsley doesn't suffer very much from pests.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Cool.
So parsley is where it's at.
Parsley's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it hard to grow parsley? So what do we need to grow parsley?
Well, you basically need soil of just about any type and water.
Soil and water. That's it.
And that's it. Yeah, a bit of fertiliser would be useful. I mean, you can use organic fertiliser, fine.
So if we were collecting our poos,
That'd be fine.
That'd be fine.
I would prefer not to. I'm sure
Okay, what if we
the
had
other things you could use.
if we had livestock? Could we use their poo?
Yeah, you could probably do that.
Okay, cool.
But again, you have to be careful about diseases and things.
Okay.
Oh, okay, because diseases are in poo.
One of the things that I've noticed, I mean, I've tried to grow tomatoes, is you get a lot of fungal wilts. You get fusarium wilt, verticillium wilts, all that sort of thing.
Okay.
There is a plant which is called holy basil. It's also known as tulsi or tulsi. And it has a rhizome system or a root system which is antifungal. So if you plant one of those near some of your crops, it will naturally
Fight away the fungus.
fight away the fungi. So and it's also very good from a health perspective because you can make a tea out of it, which is good for blood pressure. It's good for just about anything, actually.
This is the one that you're giving to Mum. Is this the one?
But we're both drinking it, actually.
Oh, you're both drinking it. It kind of reminds me of Crocodile Dundee, where he says you can drink it, but it tastes like shit.
You should try some because it's not bad at all. It's got a sort of aniseed type taste to it.
Oh.
It's not bad at all.
Very fancy.
So I just have two follow-on questions. One is, if you wanted to pick a location that you would go to that would be really great to grow crops, which direction or where would you suggest that we head to that would give us a better chance?
I think somewhere where there is natural flowing water. Obviously, you'd have to have some kind of system in place. So, depending on the nature of the emergency, you don't want something that's water that's contaminated. But you'd need a water source, especially around here.
Yeah, okay.
So, probably somewhere near a lake would be quite good.
Okay, a
Great.
lake.
Okay, good.
Great.
We can look into that. What would you be suggesting we do now in order to prepare? Like, what things could we be doing, learning, organising now that would help us succeed and grow better food and plants and stuff in a zombie apocalypse?
Probably just have a think about what sort of crops would grow for as long a part of the year as possible. So you want something that'll last you through the year, because obviously it's just something that grows in the summer. That's not going to help you very much in the winter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So that's like strawberries, isn't it?
I've got some eggplants growing, and they tend to be summer crops.
Oh, that's a shame.
They don't do too well in the winter.
Not in the winter. Well, there you
Okay,
go.
all right. So we need to look into that.
Okay,
All year-round crops.
one last question before we let you go. We were talking about a good idea for a zombie apocalypse would be getting on a boat. Do you have any feelings about the boat situation?
Yeah, I think you'd be safer off. You'd be safer on land somewhere. Again, it depends exactly where you're talking about a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, zombie. Yeah.
Okay.
It's always a possibility.
You probably want to stay well away from any graveyards of that.
Yeah, perfect.
Brilliant advice. Thank you.
Perfect.
Very wise.
All right.
All right, thanks, Dad,
Thank
for joining
you.
us. We appreciate it.
See you then.
Okay, bye. That was brilliant.
Wow.
We got so many tips.
We did.
Yeah, so Dad's actually he's retired now, basically semi-retired, but he was like a chemist and stuff like that. So he actually makes up chemicals to help fight environmental issues and all that kind of stuff. So,
Do you know what was super interesting is I've had a bunch of knowledge come back. Mum actually has a bunch of books that she did, which was about how to grow. She wrote them up of a plan on how to grow crops, cycling through. So when you put a crop back in, like when you're growing it 1 year, the soil is then really good for a particular crop the next year. And when he was saying about putting crops in between that get rid of fungus and bugs of that particular kind, you plant those ones like marigold and parsley and stuff in between.
Wow.
So I think I probably need to do some more research there, because she's already got a plan.
yeah.
So we'll look into that.
We'll steal her book and
Steal
put
her
it
book.
into our book.
Yes,
Love
your
it.
book's getting published.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much. That's good. Let's go. This is the end. This is the end. This is the end. This is the end.
It's super intense. This is the end of this episode, not the end of the podcast.
Or the end of the world, like a zombie apocalypse.
People could be very confused. Like, ta-da! This is the end.
And from what we've been discussing about zombie apocalypses over the last few weeks, it's not really the end either, because everyone's got some sort of plan to keep surviving.
Also, if it was the end, is this part of the zombie apocalypse? We're like, hold on.
Hold
we
up,
did
guys.
need to get that
We'll have
episode
to hang up.
We just need to get that episode out beforehand. And
'Cause
then
it's
there's
important.
like a couple of days before we post it.
Yeah.
And then is anyone really watching it?
Yeah, YouTube will be very important to everyone in the zombie apocalypse.
Correct.
I'm sure.
Yes.
I actually think that YouTube would be very important.
Yeah, but not
because
our podcast.
No, actually,
really.
no. It's very useful.
Yeah.
What about the things that Dad told us today about
it is.
parsley being actually carrots? Parsley is carrots.
That's what you took from that. It is extremely useful
And marigolds.
and good for entertainment purposes.
Yes, very good. Keep you smiling through your zombie apocalypse. Thank you so much for everyone for joining. Thank you very much for hitting that like button and leaving a comment. Make sure you leave a comment, ask your questions. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to discuss, make sure you leave them in the comments as well, or join our Instagram page and join in on the polls and the questions there.
Yeah. So there'll be more questions this week. We need your support. Primarily because when we don't get the right support, I end up having to get a tea towel from every country we go to. So please, I'm begging
so
you.
looking forward to getting a tea towel.
Join us on Instagram. The shorts are hilarious. You do a great job.
It's good. And we've got Patreon. If you'd like to support on Patreon, it is just a nice way to support monetarily, but you also get behind the scenes stuff on there, and there has been some funny stuff on there. Big shout out to Tink, who joined this week to Patreon. Thank you very much, Tink.
Thanks, Tink.
And a happy birthday. We had fun shooting each other. Find out more about that later.
Yeah. And we'll leave it on that.
So thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.